we're going to explain how to go to the last row in Excel, a task useful for many spreadsheet operations. There are several ways to achieve this, and I'll outline them all for you. 1. The simplest method is using the keyboard shortcut. Press Ctrl plus End or CMD plus down arrow on a Mac. This instantly jumps your cursor to the last cell containing data in your worksheet. This works regardless of whether there are empty rows interspersed within the used data range. It's fast and efficient, and it's my preferred method. 2. If you want to use your mouse, you can scroll down manually, but this is time-consuming, especially for large spreadsheets. Although easy, this method is not recommended unless your spreadsheet is small. 3. Excel also offers a more programmatic approach using VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, for those comfortable with it. You would use a macro or a function to find the last row. For example, a VBA function might look like this. Last row, EL cells, rows.count, A, and xlup, row. This line of code finds the last row in column A with data. You can change the A to any other column. This code finds the last used row in column A by starting at the bottom of column A and going up, XL up, until it finds a cell with data. The row number of that cell is then stored in the variable last row. You could then use that last row variable in further VBA commands to work with the data in that final row. 4. Another VBA option uses the used range property. This method finds the bottom-most row of the entire used range in your worksheet. The code would look something like this. Last row equals active sheet, used range.rows count. Keep in mind that this method might include extra blank rows beyond your actual data if your data is not contiguous. 5. Finally, there's a way to find the last row using Excel formulas. You can use the rows and index functions to achieve a similar result, but only to return the last row number as a value. It doesn't directly move your cursor, but it returns the row number that you could then use in other formulas. The formula might be rows AA. This gives the total number of rows in column A. However, it only finds the last row physically in the column, not the last row with data. The method using Ctrl plus End is far more practical for this purpose, unless you need the last row's number for a calculation or further VBA procedures. Choose the method best suited to your skill level and needs, and remember to save your work.